All right, so we are here. It is second cup of coffee. There's no kids. What do we do? All right, we are here.
Yes.
This is Jason.
And this is Peely.
I was like surprised, but this is second cup of coffee. I think I'm surprised that we're here together, engaged, all one, and that this is happening.
This is happening.
I feel like we should just pause for a moment. Quiet.
Take a breath.
Quiet.
Drink our coffee.
Yeah. So, just had a great podcast. I was on John Forte's podcast,
Awesome.
Passive Investor Show. Awesome to be on there. Talked a lot about working with passive investors. Kind of a great lead in today. Today, we really want to tackle.
Sorry, I brought my protein bar with me because I'm hungry.
Well, if you want to eat, I'm sure people get it, right? This is live. We had kids running all over us, but really just talking to us about now being accountable for what we do, so saying what we do, doing what we say. And so much for us, it's just that point here of us not coming through. And this can be for us too, right? Sometimes we just let ourselves off so easy, and it keeps us sidelined to actually getting forward with our objectives, right? So, oh yeah, I should make this call today, but I don't want to do it because I don't know. And you'll find a million different reasons too, but it's going to benefit you. So it comes down that you need to do it, so you do it, right? And when working with passive investors, one of the biggest things here that you have to do is you need to be accountable for what you're going to say, right? You want to make sure that if people have a question of you, that you're accountable to get back to them, that you put forward the work, that even if you don't know the answer, I mean, that's okay. We're all open to continual learning. So if you don't know the answer, great. I don't know that answer. I'm going to find that answer for you, and I'll get back to you later today. Okay, you didn't find the answer. Get back later today and say, I just haven't been able to grasp that answer yet. Still working on it. Have a couple of replies come back to me. I will file back tomorrow and get back to you. But for this, it creates accountability, and people understand what they're going to get from you. And that goes a lot with us, right? So as we all grow up and we get out there and we get accustomed to our process, right? And a lot of us, when COVID started, we lost our process because our day, however it roadmapped itself out, we got accustomed to being used to it, having a certain flow to it. So now's really the best time, because with things not completely, they're sideways in a lot of ways, why not implement a new routine and make yourself accountable and follow through on what you need to do today?
So accountability, the first word that comes to my mind is our fiduciary duty to our investors. Fiduciary meaning we're basically, like lawyers have an extreme fiduciary duty to their clients.
And real estate agents. And we take this very seriously. By fiduciary duty, we have to put our customers and our clients' needs basically before ours. There's health and being sick or what have you put aside. Their needs go first. So when you are putting yourself out there as a professional, as somebody knowledgeable about real estate or about whatever field that you are in, you now have a fiduciary duty to those who are reaching out to you and asking you, how do I do this? How do I do that? You have a duty to let them know and give them your mind, especially if they're one of your investors, if they're somebody that they are learning from you, if they are somebody that has paid you, if you are a mentor, to learn from you, you now have a duty to be completely open and completely dutiful towards them. So that's what comes to mind when I think about accountability. And also with accountability on a bigger scope, a bigger world scope, we have to hold ourselves accountable to each other. I have to hold myself accountable to my husband and my partner in life and business, family, and I have to hold myself accountable to my friends, and I have to hold myself accountable to the world in general. If I don't
do what I say and say what I do, how does that look? And this all actually comes back to like branding as well. Like, who are you? What face are you putting towards the world? Is it your true heart? Is it who you are? Are you being accountable to yourself? Are you being accountable to those that you teach and reach and hold on to? Because if you say something and it is from the depths of your soul, then you need to mean it, and you need to do those things that'll hold yourself accountable. So if I say that everything that I want to do every single day is help one person live a fitter, richer life. And by richer, I don't mean monetary wise. Great. If I can help you make money, awesome. But what I mean by richer is that richer in soul, richer in like positivity, fulfillment. Thank you. And just taking that step forward into a better life.
So carrying on that notion, you may say, well, I'm so busy, I don't know how to do that. Now the kids are home too. Well, great. That's a great time to be accountable to yourself.
Hugely
and
accountable.
Look at, sometimes we're moving so fast we forget to look at what we're doing to see if it actually makes sense, right? And our days get away from us because we have so many different things we're doing that aren't necessarily imperative to our success or to us getting to from A to B. We'll see a lot of travel go out the window now because people have understood now they can just be as effective as they were in person over a Zoom call or over an online platform. And so now pushing that in effect, okay, now that cuts down travel. Now you can get some of that time back. Or are your meetings, do your meetings need to be 2 hours long? I mean, what are you doing at this meeting you need 2 hours for, and I have a person won't name, but they have meetings to prepare for the meetings. And at a certain point, like how many meetings do you need like in your day? Like what are these meetings doing, right? And do they need to be 2 hours? I mean, honestly, for that 2 hour meeting, could you do it in 30 minutes? And that goes down to you and your life, right? What is happening for the space in between your calendar? So can you be accountable to yourself today? And this could be your actual step. Look at your day and track your day. And this is hard, right? Because everybody says that, oh yeah, go track your day. But we don't do it. But just try one day. I mean, you literally could do one day. Look at your day. What did I do today? What did I do? What were the most important things I got done? Did I get them done? What did I do that honestly I didn't need to do? And if you're on social media watching us, thank you. But if it's 4 hours on social media, okay, make it 3.5. I don't know. Maybe cut down to 3.5. Hopefully you're not on that long. But on that part, where can you get back your time? Where can you point and say, okay, I need to do this because I told myself I'm going to be accountable. I'm gonna work out today. Okay, what can I do to set myself up to win? I'm going to have 2 investor calls today. Okay, what can I do to set myself up to win? I want to always get back and start that e-commerce business that I want to look at too. Okay, what can I do to make myself accountable? Because I keep saying we should or I would, and those are the death words, right? When people say should and would, nothing ever comes of it. All the time you hear those words. That basically means I wish somebody else would do it because although it sounds cool, it's either not important enough to me or I just don't have it within me to do it. Okay, so write it off. Either you are or you aren't. There's not much left in between.
If it's important enough to be done, and it's an idea that you just need to get done, or if it's like something that you hold dear and you put yourself behind, if it's important enough, and I just realized I have a little pen mark from the little ones. If it's important enough, then you need to hold yourself accountable and put your words, your actions, the things that you do, the things that you say, the things that you post behind it. If you say that you believe in something, then put the strength of all of that behind what you say. Don't be afraid to speak out. Don't be afraid to hold yourself accountable. Don't be afraid to take that next step and bring others along with you on that journey to having a complete and awesome and oh my goodness, I can't believe this is my life, because you can.
So let's transition to working out. What would you do today so far?
I went for my run. I did about 3 miles.
Great.
That was awesome. And then I came back. I was like, wait a minute. I still have 5 minutes left of my 45 outside minute workout. I can get 50 push-ups done as well. So Jason and I are doing this thing with Will Smith. He's ex-NFL player.
Yes. So not Will Smith, Men in Black or whatever other ones, but Will Smith. Will Smith,
Although
the Will Smith.
If you guys know Will Smith, he's awesome too.
Yeah,
but
he can come on the show.
Well, actually,
we'll see. We got a busy
Smiths
schedule. We'll see if we can fit him in. So
Will Smith is putting out this challenge to everybody to do 50 push-ups every day for the next 30 days. And you know what? You can do it
you can do
one
sets
at a
of
time.
one. So anything.
Or anything. Just get 50 done.
Mm-hmm.
And in the last 4 days, I've actually gotten better at my push-ups. Whereas I thought by day 3 or 4, I'm going to be so tired. After my run, I was just like, I'm just going to do it. And I got them done in 4 minutes.
Awesome.
Well, under 5. It was like 4 something. So, but I'm not counting this something. It's 4
Good,
minutes.
good. We don't count here in the University household. So
I'm not that good at math. Anywho,
but it is amazing. Our oldest is really getting good at math. So but you see things happen in so many different ways that you're just like, where did that happen? And that goes a lot to us, right? I think when we give ourselves credit with how much we can learn quickly and where it pops up, and when you pay attention to kids, you see this transformation, and it's happening in us too. And we live with ourselves. We potentially don't see it, but we're not the same people we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm definitely not. And each day you learn something new, but are we taking into account what we're learning and putting it back into what we're doing? So right now, I mean, one of the things that I'm struggling with is I run all the time, and I have these paths, but I'm just looking for a new path. I probably run every single path here for 6 miles, and that's my usual go-to. I run a lot longer, but it's usually a minimum of 6 miles. But I go forward, backwards, sideways, left, right, up, down. I've run them all here. So it's just me daily, like, okay, what route today? Because each day that's my experience, right? And for running's a great point because it gives you your time back. But at points you have to battle with yourself on the time that you're out there. I mean, you run races that take 24 hours. I have to know that my mind is the thing that's going to stop me from running, and that's every other point. So I have to be accountable for myself to know that's going to come up. Okay, how can I position myself to win there, right? What is it that's going to put me in a mindset to say, okay, it's a long time. Can tiredness set in? Can boredness set in? Can apathy set in? Can anger set in? You can run the range of emotions. I'll tie this in. Something that came to me, I don't know why, but one of the best parts is, so her father turned 60, right? And on the way over, Pee-wee knows that I'll jump on instinct, but we're going to tie this into it. But we saw that the Maui Marathon, people were on the plane to do the marathon. She looked at me. I saw that. Right, because they were there for some reason. It caught my eye, and Pee-wee said, "You want to do that, right?" So luckily, there were spots open for it to happen 3 days from now. So I'm good enough where I feel great. I can just get up and run a marathon. I put a lot of work into this, so this wasn't just started yesterday. But if I want to go run a marathon right now, I can do it because I've now set my mind to do it. So I did that race, and it's not about me. The race starts in the dark, and so here's how unprepared I was. I didn't know that, so. You're basically running in Maui where there's no street lights in the dark, and I didn't have a headlamp because I didn't know that part, and I usually don't even look at the course, which sometimes helps, sometimes hurts. I ran one where it was 12,000 feet of elevation, which I didn't know, but okay, fine, I'm into it. So what am I going to do? The thing I liked about this is I'm running in the dark, and out of my eye, I catch these two people running hand in hand, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, man, that's commitment. That's something that really stands out. And we're on a road. It's a busy road. Cars are flying by us. And I don't know where anybody's going at this time. It's just pitch black. You're on this road where you have this part where the road basically stops and drops off like 3-4 inches. So I kept having these little moments where I was like at point to turn my angle or something silly. But I see these people running ahead of me. I had started the race back. I just jumped in the race and started back. So it took me a while to even cross the start line. So I don't know, we're 5, 6, 7 miles in. I see these people running hand in hand. I'm like, man, what is that about? Like, what is this commitment that they're doing right now? I'm just running up. I'm like, maybe that's a couple. I don't know. And as I get up and I start passing them, I realize that the one person is blind. One guy's blind, right? The one guy's blind, and the other guy is running hand in hand because this guy made a commitment to himself. He's going to run this race, and his friend is there to be accountable with him to run the race with him, holding his hand for 26.2 miles. And it was just crazy because I'm sitting there like, when you run up, like, oh, that's weird, they're holding hands. Like just a notion, but then you start realizing with that point, like they're putting in the work. The dude has lost his eyesight or has never had his eyesight, but he still said, I want to run a marathon. And it's not going to stop me that I can't get there by being blind, right? And I'm literally running into traffic. And so I'm running into traffic, and at that point, okay, here's this other guy who's doing it. And when you look at that and you say, okay, so what is stopping me? what is really stopping me here to do this race? I'm healthy. I got my eyesight. I'm running. I don't have a headlamp. That's what I'm worried about. This guy's running blind here. And he's got his friend holding his hand, who's committed with him to do that race. And it was just one of those moments. You see that a lot where people, there's every reason you shouldn't do it. There's every reason. How are you going to run that race? I mean, you can't even see where you're going. Well, no, I'm doing it. And I'm accountable to myself. I'm doing it. Okay, so what does it take? What's that next logical step? Okay, I either have to learn the course backwards, somehow I can run it without a point, or have someone there with me. Because remember, not only is he running blind into the dark, into oncoming traffic, but there's this lip that basically every other step that the lip would jump in and out. So I had to constantly, it was like running either on pavement where I was too close to the cars and I had about 2.5 feet of pavement, or I was running on the rocks where it constantly was changing on the elevation. So just one of those magical moments where you realize that there's so much more we can do, and it's us that stops us, and it's us telling us that we can't do it, and it's us saying that, you know what, maybe this is too hard. So, they must have been born like that. They must have been blessed like that. It must have been an easy thing for them to do. So, yeah, I'll let them have it because that's not me. Well, you want it, it can be you. And it is past 15 minutes because I was into that, but halfway through your workout. So there you go. Let's take this home.
So from what Jason was telling you, like what is stopping you from doing what you want to do, from being that person that you want to be? I mean, there's so many conversations going on right now about being the change and changing everyone's mindset and taking that step forward together and supporting each other. But it starts with saying it and then actually doing the action to propel you in that direction. So what is it that you need to do? Because I firmly believe the only person that you can really change is yourself. So what do you need to do to propel you in the direction that you want to go into, that you want to take, that amazing goal that you want to do? What is it that's stopping you? Maybe it's accountability. Maybe you need to hold yourself accountable for the change that you want to see. Maybe you need to hold yourself accountable for the change that you want to see. I know I just repeated myself, but I'm actually telling myself that because it's very important that we hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah, and Jacob's got a great point, right? Stop focusing on others, right? We can only control what we're doing, and so we can be on a part to be our best self. So we love you checking in, Jacob. So on that part, what is it today that you maybe want to step out of your comfort zone and try? Everybody's got it, right? Everybody's got it right there. There's something, and now's the best time, right? Now's the best time.
Jacob has something else to say, so I'm going to let you guys see it. Accountability is key.
Yeah, I love it.
So whether you're holding yourself accountable, whether somebody else has asked you to hold them accountable, like the story that Jason just told you. I mean, the guy was blind. He ran a marathon. He had it in his mind that he was going to run that marathon, and he took the steps he needed to take to get that marathon done.
Yeah, and people make amazing accomplishments all the time.
Exactly.
So no legs, no feet, any other point. You could think of a million different ways they get stuff done because they just say, I'm getting this done, and it's happening now. And right now is the time for us to all look inside of ourselves and say, what are we not bringing our best self to? And what is it that we can take a better version of ourselves and look at that in the future and say, okay, I may not be there right this second, but I'm going to get there. So what's that next logical step to start me on that journey today?
So the first step that you can take is to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh, that's a great one. So yeah, we got a ton of stuff going on there today.
Yes,
so Stop Procrastinating is there live today. It's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mom. So who was on? Who was on Mom?
Oh, geez, I'm going to get her name incorrect. Don't hate me.
I'll do this preparation next time because every time we jump into it here, I don't want to put I don't want to put Pelia in the spot, but I'm not fun.
Where is it?
We will jump in here to know that it was Katera Osman
who
was on the show on Monday.
Oh my goodness,
so
that was
definitely make sure.
Such an amazing interview. You need to listen to that interview. It's for mothers of multifamily. And I almost forgot. Tomorrow's Thursday. Mom's Real Estate is tomorrow.
Yeah, lots of moms things going on, so we got to keep them together here.
Can you tell I'm all about the mommies?
Yeah.
We have Moms of Real Estate tomorrow. Join us, 1 o'clock. We're going to go live. It's 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, and whatever Pacific and Hawaii time is.
And there's our buddy Jeff Holst.
Hey, hi, Jeff.
So thank you again, everyone who keeps checking us out, all the great feedback we're getting on the show. It's been a ton of fun. If you want your topic to come up on the show, or you have some people who might be great guests, reach out. I mean, we keep having guests. We haven't really pushed that in the rotation yet, but have a couple guests a week, have not. It's been fun. We've been loving doing this. Magically, most days the kids are sleeping.
No kids have come in today. That usually means something
trouble.
Wrong. On that note.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
See you soon.
Join us for your second cup of coffee every Monday through Friday at noon.
Live every day, bringing us our best content we've done so far. Super excited, super engaging, bunch of great guests. We're here to answer your questions, and we so appreciate you listening. Make sure to check us out.
Can't wait to see you.